It is time for redemption for Bears cornerback Tyrique Stevenson as he returns to the place where the infamous Hail Mary happened on his watch. He opened up about this play both on Kevin Byard's podcast and in an interview with The Athletic. We're going to react to that here on today's show. And Tyrique's coming off a couple of really strong games. If you're rooting for him hard this week, let's show him some love. He's playing some good football. Get the 29s down in the comment section of this video, and let's break it all down here on today's show. I'm Harrison Graham. Tyrique Stevenson has opened up in deeper detail about what happened in Washington last year and how he's been handling it overall, considering with the media and press conferences since then. He hasn't dove super deep into it, but I think it was a pretty good setting to sit with Kevin Byard, a veteran, on his podcast and kind of dive a little deeper into what happened and how he's felt since about it. Here's what he had to say on Intercepted with Kevin Byard. He said, "Just to see people try to define who I am off one play, one game out of the other 30 shirts I had. But at the end of the day, I got to take it. Honestly, I wear it. That's not who I am, but that's who I showed who I am, and actions speak louder than words. The only thing I can do from that point on is to prove it. When I hear people talk about it, I kind of get away from it. I see the video, I watch it, because at the end of the day, I want that to be a memory in my head of what not to do." I think right there was a selfish moment, and I think just karma. And look, karma is one of those things. Do you believe it? Do you don't? Is it real? Is it not? It's hard to say, but if you're a believer in it, it wasn't that kind of proof in the pudding, right? I mean, he's got his back turned to the play. He's jawing with people in the crowd, and he turns around, sprints, and abandons his assignment, which was to be the back line of defense on the potential carom, and he tries to go up there and punch the ball away, and instead he tips the ball up, and it's caught by Noah Brown in the end zone where he was supposed to be the last line of defense. Kind of like, that's kind of karma, right? Like, you're not ready at the start of the play. You try to do something you're not supposed to do to make up for it, and double whammy, you lose the game because of it. Obviously, we know Matt Eberflus made some errors there as well. We don't need to get into that, but I'm glad he's talking about this because I see a more mature guy and a player right now. What is something we've always said about Tyrique Stevenson is, he kind of toes that line, which I don't mind, but it felt like he was starting to cross it too much with the extracurriculars. Remember, he's poking guys in the eye. He did it with Nico Collins. He did it again in a game, I think in that Washington game last year, some personal fouls. And look, every once in a while, I don't mind mixing it up, setting the tone, but like you got to know where that line is and not cross it. And this year, we haven't really talked about that. First couple of weeks, we talked about how he wasn't playing great, but we didn't talk about him, doing stuff he's not supposed to do. If that makes sense. And if you listen to the whole clip, and I encourage you to go watch it, it just feels like a guy who's really kind of grown up a little bit here since that moment. And I think this new coaching staff has really helped. Tyrique, via The Athletic as well, Kevin Fishbain sat down with him, also said this. He said, "I was playing football not to make plays, but to not make I was playing football not to make plays, but to not make mistakes after the Hail Mary. I was being self-conscious instead of playing with the confidence that I do for a living, and I'm good at it. I was walking on eggshells when I didn't need to be." And anybody that watched the Bears last year, not only did that game derail the team, but it definitely derailed Tyrique Stevenson. We've talked about this a lot. The second half of his rookie year, he played excellent football. First few games of last year, I thought he was playing pretty well. He wasn't playing superb. But then after the Hail Mary, he just wasn't the same guy. The confidence wasn't there. He was getting beat a lot. Didn't seem to be trusting himself. It definitely derailed things. I thought he played really well in the final game against Green Bay, which the Bears won. So maybe that helped settle him down a little bit heading into the offseason. And, he had to battle for a starting job this year, ended up getting that, and he's playing some pretty good football right now. And I think the last couple of weeks with Jalen Johnson out and someone having to step up to the plate to be that number one corner, he's really answered the bell. I mean, he's played really well here. Had that diving interception off of Geno Smith. He's been targeted 12 times, only given up 3 receptions. And this was after getting just torched against Detroit. I mean, he could not defend St. Brown or Jameson Williams. Really had a rough go. And you're like, man, maybe this just isn't going to happen. Because I was a big believer this offseason. I was like, this guy is going to get back on track. He's way too talented to not play better than he did in 2024. We saw it in 2023. We obviously saw it in college. He's a very capable player. And I think just kind of the mental aspect of, hey, Jalen's not coming back for a while. We need someone to step up. Kyler Gordon's out as well. This guy has taken on that challenge. He's kind of a confident swagger guy. It's like, oh, we need someone to be the CB1. I can be that dude. It's almost like overconfident at times, but you kind of need that to play corner in the NFL. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. And I thought that's what really stood out to me when he was coming out. He played with an energy and a confidence to him in college and in his rookie year that even when he would get beat, he thought he would make the next play. He's been a next play mentality guy. And second half of last year, I didn't see that after Washington. So I'm glad he's playing well right now. More to discuss on this topic in terms of returning to Washington and seeing if he can kind of right that wrong from last year. So we'll talk about that after we tell you about our sponsor, PrizePicks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. I hit again, guys. I got to tell you, all-time heater for me right now. I've never done this well. I'm up like $600 this season, hit a 3-player lineup on Monday night, and I got more lineups in the chamber this week. The way PrizePicks works is simple. You pick 2 or more players up to 6-player lineups and pick more or less on stat projections, passing yards, rushing yards, touchdowns, field goals attempts, all kinds of things available with PrizePicks. Other sports available as well, baseball, hockey, basketball almost back too. I got a 2-player lineup already in the chamber. I'll add some more as well, but I took the more on Caleb Williams, 24.5 rushing yards. I think he'll pick his spots to extend some drives this week. And then I like Deebo Samuel to find the end zone. Unclear if Terry McLaurin will play. Even if he does, he could certainly still score. But if McLaurin is out, that increases his chances of scoring. That's a demon pick, so $20 to win $70 on this 2-player lineup that I've got right now. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, Ben Johnson also is pleased with what he has seen out of the third-year cornerback, especially coming off of that Raiders game. Here's what he had to say after that performance. He said, I thought this was his best game to date. I don't know if there's any light switch that has come on or anything like that. I feel like I see the same approach that I have seen all year long from him over the last few weeks. Certainly, I think the confidence level is rising. He knows what he's capable of as a player. He's very capable as a coverage defender. I think he can be a complete corner in this league. Man, zone, come up and tackle in the run game when called upon. Really just seems like he is gaining that confidence every single week right now and becoming the player he is capable of. And yeah, I said it after the Dallas game. I was like, this might be the best game of his career. And then he topped that against the Raiders. I mean, he was just dominant in coverage. They could not separate against him. Couple breakups, interception, PFF coverage grade of almost 93, which essentially means he basically pitched a shutout in the back end. And we've known for a while, like, he's got all the skill. He's big, he's long, he can run, he's physical. His rookie year, I thought even early on when, he looked like a rookie corner, he would get beat a lot. He would always be a willing tackler in the run game. So I like, he's got that safety background. He played a little safety at Georgia early in his college career, wanted to play corner, so transferred to Miami and, developed into a second-round pick. He's got everything you want from the size, length, speed combo, physicality. For a cover corner in the NFL. And I thought this Dennis Allen press man scheme would be good for him because, he likes to reroute guys and get in your face at the line of scrimmage and talk trash and do all that stuff. So I'm glad to see that he's seemingly kind of turning a corner again in a positive direction. Obviously got to keep it up here. And hopefully that happens this weekend. And hopefully he gets that redemption that he's looking for because, if he goes out there and plays well this week, you can kind of put last year to bed. The clip's always going to be there. It's going to be shown forever. But, like, he acknowledged that. It's like, yeah, I watch it. Like, I'm not going to let it define me one play. It hurts, which is something he said. But all I can do is prove who I am moving forward. And, a big performance this week and certainly a win, I think, is, it's kind of like when they beat Eberflus a couple weeks ago. It's like, all right, we don't need to talk about that anymore. You go win this game this week. We don't need to talk about the Hail Mary anymore. Sure, like, it'll be a talking point, just among football fans and Commanders lore for years. They'll be showing that play forever. But as Bears fans, we can kind of put it to rest. It's like, oh, well, it happened under Matt Eberflus on a shitty football team. Who really cares? Especially if you go out and win this week and Tyrique plays well. Here's what he had to say on that. He said, I'm fixing to write the F out of this. I'm trying to write one of this year's best sellers, and this might be the best chapter. The fact that I'm walking back in there with a smile on my face and ready to walk back out with a smile. And I think the key for Tyrique, and I've seen this year out of him, again, I see a more mature guy, is he's got to stay locked in, and he can't be over-emotional. I said on our preview video this week, make it personal. But I think you can do that without making it more than what it is. Don't cross that line with the extracurriculars. Don't do something to cost your team. Go out there, play with your swagger, play with your confidence, and go make plays. Do your job. It's coach speak, right? Do your job. You do your job, you're going to have an opportunity to win this game. And a potential key matchup for him is if Terry McLaurin does come back. If he's out there, I'm shadowing him if I'm Dennis Allen. I'm leaning into that confidence mindset type of player Tyrique is, and like, hey, go shadow 17. We'll have other guys guard Deebo Samuel. I think he can match up well with McLaurin. He's not like a twitchy, fast guy, McLaurin is. Those are the receivers that give Tyrique some trouble. He's more of just kind of a possession receiver. I think Tyrique matches up well. I'd shadow him. That would be my strategy if I was Dennis Allen. So lean into that confidence if you're DA and the Bears, and let the chips fall where they may. I'm excited. All you can ask for in life is a chance at redemption when you make a big mistake. And for him to get to go out there this week and try to play some good ball, that's an awesome opportunity. What is your confidence level in the Bears beating the Commanders this week? Scale from 1 to 10, 1 being not confident at all, 10 being very confident. Washington's a good team. It's on the road. They're favored. I'm 6. I'm mildly confident. I do think the Bears are going to be juiced up for this game. I think they got some momentum coming out of the bye week, winning 2 games in a row, but it's not like you're playing Carolina or something like that. It's going to take a big effort and some good execution in all 3 phases. So I'll go 6 out of 10. You guys let me know how confident you are in the comments section below. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Chicago Bears Now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to this show. If you haven't already, please show support by subscribing to the channel. Share the channel with a friend, and we'll see you guys soon. Bear down.